Hey everyone, I'm going to show you how I made an $80 pen in this video. This is the blank I'm using. I'm not sure what kind of wood it is. It's about 3/4 inch thickness. And here I'm just sizing it up to the table saw so I can cut it into 3 blanks. I got this wood on eBay for about $25. I've been waiting to actually turn it into some pens, finally getting around to it. And I always try to use sticks to cut my pieces on the table saw just because it's safer that way. And you can see there's 3 nice blanks here now. I think the one in this video is the one on the very left. And this is my table saw jig. I'm just going to cut the blanks to length right here. And just double checking the measurements on the brass tubes for the pen. And then I'm going to cut the blank in half here. Here I'm just setting up the both pieces into the chuck here. Then I'm going to drill a hole straight through with the lathe. And right here I'm just I'm cleaning up the end, and then I'm going to make a little divot so the drill bit doesn't wander away when it goes into it. I like to drill the holes this way because it usually makes a pretty straight hole right through the blank. Right there, the drill bit got all the way through. And as you can see, it went right through. Looks good. And I'll just set up the other one. And same thing, just flattening it and putting a divot. And I'll skip through most of the drilling right here. Same thing. Perfect hole right through it. So here I'm going to show you how to scuff up the brass tubes with this sandpaper. You'll see the difference it makes when I show the 2 tubes to, side by side. See right here, one's scuffed up and one is still shiny. You really need to scuff them up so that the blanks don't slip off of the brass tubes at any point, because when that happens, your pen is ruined. And I just use plain old super glue for this. You can use epoxy, but I find super glue is just as good. And it dries much faster. And you have to twist it in so that the glue coats the inside of the blank. And just add a little extra here, just because I'm not sure if it got all the way in, all the glue. Same thing on this end. I'll skip through most of this on this second half, so you don't have to watch that long bit again. All right, both are done. Now to trim the ends so that they're flush with the brass tube. The drill bit I'm using is a special trimming drill bit for this. And there we go. Now the good part. This is where we trim them down to the size that we want on the lathe. You really want to get the ends of the blanks to as close as possible to the size of those bushings on the sides, so that the pen comes together flush with all the parts of the pen. All right, I think those look good. We're going to sand them now. This sandpaper in my hand right now is 120 grit, and we're going to sand it all the way up to 400 grit. That looks pretty good. The next step is going to be putting a coating of super glue onto these blanks. It actually creates a very good finish, super glue. It just has to be polished right. This is thin super glue that I'm using here. I find it goes on much easier than the thicker super glue. Couple coats. Now I'm going to sand down the rough edges from the super glue. This is 400 grit right here. Then I'm going to slowly work my way up with these polishing pads. This is a 12,000 grit polishing pad here. They start at 1,500. Looks a little bit dull here because the gunk from the sanding. And this is just a polish. The last step in the finishing. And that's just plain old paper towel. I find it works the best for applying finishes. Here we're just running the lathe at a high RPM and basically just wiping off the polish that was there. And now high-speed buffing right here. I think that looks all right. Now the assembly. I just use a plain old clamp to press these together. There are special devices, special pen presses to push these together, but I find this works all right. It's hard to, you got to be very careful lining up the parts with the blanks here. And I press the tip of the pen on first here. Looks all right. The transition is good there. Next is putting the twisting mechanism in here. This is a slimline pen, so it twists, and the point of the pen will come out. And it's important on this step right here not to push that twisting mechanism in too far. I'll bring it up closer to the camera and show you guys. Let's see, there's a little indentation there that you're not supposed to go past. Right there. Perfect. And then this is just the decorative ring that goes on in the middle. This pen kit has a copper finish to it. It was the kit at KMS Tools that was on sale, so that's what I bought. But it still looks good. And here, this is just the end of the pen with the clip. This is an easy thing to put on. It just presses together. And then you just twist the pen part in. And I want the pattern to line up when the pen is put away. So I put the pen away and then I pressed it where I wanted it to go. All right, this is the finished pen. I think it looks pretty good. If you liked the video, go ahead and like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.